Hey, by the end of this video, you're going to have a 4-step guide on how you can find hidden properties in the housing market within the next 2 weeks. But I will warn you, if you skip just one step in this video, it's going to be the reason that you fail to find deals during, quite frankly, one of the easier times to find them. This epic investor right here just implemented the same 4-step blueprint that I'm about to share with you and was able to put 19 properties under contract all in one swoop. And the same exact thing can happen to you, no matter how many times you've failed in the past or how many things you've tried that flopped, because it's as simple as just taking on these 4 steps that I'm going to be sharing with you right now. First and foremost, you need to make sure that you have a very clear and defined target that you're going after. And I see a lot of investors really mess this part up because at the end of the day, you need to know who you're targeting so that 1, you know how to communicate with them so that they'll actually reach out to you for help. And 2, you need to know who they are and what they're dealing with so that you know what to say to them. Because if you don't, you're just another marketing message that gets lost in a sea of marketing messages. Because if you didn't know what happens out there, your target is getting bombarded with marketing messages day and night. And if you get the wrong message to the right target or vice versa, what's going to happen is it's going to destroy the amount of response that you get. And in a little bit, I'm going to share with you exactly how to get sellers to call you. But first, I need you to smash that subscribe button if you want to generate more leads and find more real estate deals. I literally upload a video every single day about how to do that. And in addition, I just created a free guide to your first $100,000, and you can get it at the pinned comment below. It's going to chart a clear path to bagging your first $100,000 in real estate within 6 months. And this isn't your typical flashy video. It's just a hardcore guide to my proven tactics that helped me escape the rat race in less than 4 years, and many of my clients escape much faster than that. And it stands head and shoulders above what most real estate coaches are selling out there. And this is 100% free. And I don't even need you to opt in for anything. And if you're happy to hear that, hit the like button if you didn't do it already. Now, identifying your target. First, you're looking for sellers that need to sell as opposed to want to sell. And what causes a need is some sort of problem the seller has that's more urgent than taking the time to call a real estate agent. My new favorite app for this is Seller Sniper, because you can find all these problems in one place, like tax delinquency, pre-foreclosure, divorce, probate. And when you stack these problems, you increase the odds greatly in your favor of finding someone that needs to sell. The more, the better. But if you stack too many, your list can get really small. So you want to play with the different categories a bit to dial in your list to the right size to meet your marketing budget. And speaking of budget, Seller Sniper, they just pulled a power move on the whole industry by including free skip tracing in their service, meaning free phone numbers and emails for all the people that are on your list. That alone eliminates a lot of other services investors subscribe to, and probably a lot that you're subscribing to also. So if that makes sense to you, just dial in your target market, take your time with it. All the categories work, so don't waste a bunch of time though on this part, because the list isn't as important as what you say to the list. It's important, but not as important. And that brings me to step number 2, which is what you need to get your message in front of the right people and create curiosity, which is where 99% of investors go wrong. It's the reason that you'll hear direct mail doesn't work or text marketing, it doesn't work anymore, because 1, all people care about is what's important to them. And 2, they don't have time to figure out if your message is important to them. And that's why you got to get their attention and get straight to the point.
Just get to the point.
Because if you're not speaking to their concerns, you're wasting your time. And what you want to do to make sure that doesn't happen is you got to hit them in the heart. So I want to make sure that you're investing a little bit of time in researching what other investors are sending them, because if you send the same thing, there's a really good chance you won't even get noticed. And you want to make sure that doesn't happen, because it's going to be very hard for you to find deals. Instead of taking the easy way that everyone else is, like going to Google and searching for direct mail for real estate investors, you place an order and you send the same thing to the same people everybody else is. You want to send them something that nobody else is, so that you stand out and get noticed when they open their mail. And I might know what you're thinking, Matt, won't that take a long time? No, it's actually really quick and easy to differentiate yourself and stand out to get their attention if you know how, and if you got the right tools. So here's how you do it. We're going to personalize the mail that you send to them so that they actually want to open it and want to read it. And then we're going to create curiosity in their minds when they do read it so that they'll actually reach out to you. So go to openai.com and get a free ChatGPT account. And you're going to copy and paste this into it. I pasted this prompt in the description for you. But before you press enter, you want to fill in your target market, the city that the property is in, and the property address, and then don't forget your phone number. Then press enter. And what you get is a nice personalized letter that pulls at the heartstrings and creates rapport between you and the reader before they ever even meet you. So now you've got the message, and now you can head over to any number of personally penned direct mail services where they have these little robots that write the letters for you so that it doesn't look like you printed them out from your inkjet. You get much more attention this way. The only 2 services services I use for this are attractmail.com and mythanks.io. And I'll show you how this works at mythanks.io since I already have it open. After you log in, click Send Now, then click Windowless Letter, choose one of their designs, create your own, or just pick a blank piece of paper, which is what I usually do. Copy and paste your letter from ChatGPT, enter the customer fields for seller's name, property address, and then make sure that you got your phone number in there, and then choose your handwriting style, and then upload your list, and you click Send. And now you've got a really good letter out in the mail to the right target. But if you want to do this right, you really want to create a number of letters and messages and take advantage of their campaign feature, sending your message in a number of different formats, like via note cards and postcards in addition to the letters. So you can set and forget your marketing 3 months at a time. So I put ChatGPT prompts for the follow-up letters in the description for you too. And that's how you stand out in their mailbox, through personalization, variety, and consistency. But I will warn you that there are 2 other things you need to make sure that you're doing, and if you skip these next 2 parts, it's going to be the reason you won't find any deals in the next 2 weeks. So make sure that you stay with me for these. After you've created some curiosity, it's time for step 3, and that is to make sure that you trigger them to take action and reach out to you. And for this step, I want you to look really no further than just watching your TV during the commercials. Don't turn away and start going through your phone. Watch the commercials, and you'll see the ones that are trying to sell you something right then and there. They are giving you a call to action at the end, or a CTA. And this is arguably the most important part of the commercial for them. It's clear, it's easy to see, it shows the benefit, and it creates urgency. And all of that makes it easy for their target to take action and buy whatever it is that they're selling. It's a pattern that you see over and over, and you've been seeing it forever because it works. And you probably didn't even know it was happening. But I bet anything that you've ever purchased from the TV or radio did this really well. And it's exactly what you're going to do with your real estate marketing. Take something that already works and you're going to do your own version of it. And that's what it's going to do, is get you the type of sellers you want reaching out to you. Here are a few examples of CTAs that you'll want to include in your marketing. Ready for a fresh start? Sell your property to us quickly, hassle-free. Click here now to get started. Tired of waiting for the right buyer? Secure your guaranteed cash offer now by calling me at Discover the easiest way to sell your property. Scan the QR code and receive a cash offer within 24 hours. The second thing you need to trigger action is variety, so that you appeal to every possible person and remove all friction from them reaching out to you. In one of my examples, I told the person to click here, the other I told them to call me, and the other I said, scan this. Different CTAs will appeal to different people. Use them all, but only one at a time. Investors and agents, they make this mistake daily, giving too many options. And what that does to the mind is it confuses it, or it gives the person an easy way out to not contact you directly. In a nutshell, you want to tell them what to do, give them a reason to do it, and give them only one option to get it. One last thing this type of marketing allows you to do is track your results. Whether it's by phone, text, website opt-in, or QR code, or keyword marketing, it's all trackable with the right tools. And the reason that you want to track your marketing, so you'll know what works and what doesn't, so you can do more of what does. I'll talk about this more in the future, but you at least want your tracking tools in place now. And everything you need with all of the texting, the calling, scanning, opting in stuff, it's inside epicblackbook.com. Best service for all of this in the industry, hands down. Now the last step, and it's the most important one, because if you don't do this, you're really going to be disappointed with your results from the first 3 steps. And if you learned something today, make sure you hit the like button. And if you'd like to learn more stuff like this, you might want to join me next month in Vegas with a small group of aspiring investors, because we're going to go deep into a variety of cool stuff. And if you're serious about your real estate investing, I'll even pay your airfare and hotel stay. Go to intensive2024.com for the details. Now let's get to the last step, or none of what you've learned today here is going to work very well without it, because 81% of your deals are going to happen after your 5th connection with the seller. But don't let that statistic let the wind out of your sails, because when you know the truth about your competition, that 92% of them quit after 4 connections, you'll realize that they are all giving up on an eventual yes, and that's your opportunity. And the way I'm going to show you how to follow up is the very thing that could transform your next 12 months, like it did with this epic investor, Josh, who did 55 extra deals in 1 year because he followed up in the way that I'm going to show you how to right now. You can follow up with phone calls, text messages, and emails. They all have their place. But what Josh did, and you can do it too, is as soon as you get a no from a seller over the phone, don't throw that lead away like most do. Big mistake.
Big mistake. Big. Huge.
Instead, send them a 3-option letter of intent like this one. And this is for only after they said no. And it's just what it sounds like. It gives the seller 3 different options of how you could purchase their property. It gives them time to think about their options and think about you. And those 55 extra deals Josh did in 1 year were all from people that originally told him no. So we call it the rejection letter. I use mailmix.io to send these out. It's really easy, and you can do it there too. I've got my follow-up campaigns preloaded there. So just type in the keyword epic epic, and both my hot and warm follow-up campaigns are in there with multiple touches. You get letters, emails, and text messages. And if you don't have your seller's email and phone numbers, that's why you need Seller Sniper, where this data is free with the most basic membership. And you can start free and be up and running in 2 minutes over there. Lots of resources today. If you didn't write them down, you can always rewind or just check the description where I put them for you, and you can just copy and paste them somewhere else for your convenience. Thanks for watching. Take care.